Hey, you're cool.
What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard
So she's been arrested.
Any idea where?
We gotta do a breakout then.
Tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
This culling business. You don't think the Empire means to rid the land of bearers, do you?
Yeah, they're doing like a whole bearer genocide, it seems like.
Lads from the garrison all poured in, sword swinging, and took Martha away with them.
Things are only getting worse and worse for the bearers around here. Is this just the same stuff? Yeah, crystal greens.
Making it worse.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
For sure.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
And you know, with Sid doing his outlaw stuff, it would make a lot of sense if they did decide to use this as a reason to get rid of bearers. It's really messed up, but it makes a lot of sense.
They've killed my bearer.
They called themselves our country.
Hey, you got this all sorted out fast. Is this the bridge, or am I thinking of something else? Nah, I'm thinking of something else. Where was the bridge then that I'm thinking of?
If those orphans touch an arrow on Martha's head, I'll kill them all myself.
Yeah, because like you gotta think, right? Like,
Don't get surrounded.
would they really be able to kill off bearers like that? Like, and would they want to start some kind of bearer genocide? To be honest, I think the answer to that is a very easy yes. Because like you think about it, the bearers are hated, right? They're hated by a lot of people, especially people in the Empire, from what I understand. So if they did want a reason to start killing bearers, well, Sid's an outlaw bearer. He's trying to unite the outlaws. He's trying to unite the bearers against everybody else. Oh, well, time to put them all to the sword, right?
Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
I swear she's still not in shackles.
That's what happened?
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields.
The
New
bastards
unit?
caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds. Poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive.
Nah, I don't know.
Martha,
Well, they might actually. They do have magic.
Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shield. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
That's a good point, actually. I didn't even consider that. But yeah, calling them the Black Shields is kind of an insult to the shields of Rosaria, right? I'm sure it's not a coincidence. Sorry, Gloom Widow. I want to kill you for XP. I didn't kill either of them. Oh man. Okay, fine. Just take that then. No, you guys want to fight too? Okay, that was a cool animation. I don't think we've seen that one.
Are we too late?
For some, it
Must be
seems.
someone inside.
We'll go through the series of cutscenes and then we'll probably go back to the hideaway and do another bit of lore reading.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
The Black Shields?
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
I mean, their armor looks cool as hell.
Dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Yeah, it's prime up. Go, not bad. Will I even get hit? I probably will, but... There you go. Easily done. Not hit even once.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
I think so.
Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have ended. Whoop. Quest complete. I knocked my thingy off here. Did I even put that back on right? I did not. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just go back on. There we go. There we go. All right. Knocked off my my pop filter. I don't think it wouldn't matter that much. I don't think this really picks up that much of it, but still.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
Yeah. No way they're gonna let him live.
The bearers died protecting it. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
Oh, really? Oh, him. Okay, yeah, not the abbot.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
Yes.
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cuttings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive,
A survivor no longer.
he's gone.
Never mind. We didn't actually.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
That is true.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Release. Oh, Jesus.
The foot to the drawbridge is back the way we came. It's where the abbot would have gone himself. No.
What about you, Jill? What do you have to say?
The Imperials of old would never have stooped so low as to defile a house of Greeka,
Yeah.
nor slaughter a man of faith in cold blood. May their goddess have mercy on their souls.
Yeah, things have certainly become pretty crazy and desperate. Let's return to the hideaway really quick. Just we can do some lore, right? Just so we can get some lore done. I don't want it to keep on building up until it's like actually too much by the end of the game, where it's really hard to catch up on. I want to actually get a phone call, probably a scam. Am I right? I don't recognize the number. I'm gonna say scam. Denied. It's always scams, dude. It always is. And now this music here seems a whole lot less hopeful, too.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive?
Indeed.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Ah, not quite.
What subject shall we consider today?
Tell me about Cole. I want to know about Cole. Second in command of the Curse Breakers, who assist with the coordination of their troops. Bearer liberating activities under the supervision of his captain, Dories. Formerly a slave soldier for the first Fist of the Republic before being freed and taken in by those he now calls his brothers and sisters in arms. And the Curse Breakers. A unit drawn from those of fighting age and martial training among the residents of the Hideaway, who conduct operations to liberate bearers from slavery. Beginning as a loose collection of like-minded individuals in Sid's Hideaway who chose to rid themselves of their bearer brands that they might serve the cause out in the field, the Order has greatly expanded both its ranks and its operations since the move to Benumir, all under Otto's watchful eye. Yeah, see, so we should only have like 1 or 2 mysteries of the realm. The Cullings, yeah. After being made viceregent of the newly annexed Rosarian territory, the Empress Annabella quietly established a host of loyal Imperial soldiers, the Black Shields, to maintain order. Though branded as keepers of the peace, their true purpose is to carry out what has come to be known as Cullings, or brutal massacres of provincial bearers, and those who show them sympathy. The killing is swift and indiscriminate, with the Shields dispatched serving as judge, jury, and executioner, and the chaos left in their wake is usually enough to deliver entire settlements to ruin. The missives. The second simplest method of long-distance communication used in Valestia, after whispering one's message to a traveling trader and trusting in the strength of their memory. Though letters are more prone to interception than stoluses, they have the advantage that they can be sent to those one does not know. Their major disadvantage, that the majority of the common folk of the twins can neither read nor write, limiting their exchange to those of a certain level of education. Efforts are underway to offer such an education to the bearers of the Hideaway, and many are already more confident readers and writers than their former masters. Nice. Good job. Good job, bearers. Lay of the land. The Black Shields. An order of knights instituted by Empress Annabella in one of her first acts as viceregent of the newly established imperial province of Rosaria. They are tasked with purging the impurities from the province, which in practice primarily involves slaying bearers upon the slightest pretexts. Okay, where is... Here it is. Yeah. A barely cold corner of Storm's most northerly reaches. The loose collection of nations that sprang up around the region's erstwhile mother crystal, Drake's Eye, were united and pacified by Archduke Elwyn Rossfield of Rosaria in the year 854. However, in the years following Rosaria's annexation by the Empire, a combination of both the Blade's inexorable advance and Sandbrick's lack of interest in the territories has only worked to quicken the area's destabilization. Okay, so now... Okay, now we got some reading to do. Ugh. I think we'll get through like a page. Maybe like a page, maybe page and a half. We did after joining Sid. Yeah, you can see his hair did change. He did get more wild and he grew facial hair. I did read that one, yeah. An Imperial bearer turned ally of Sid the Outlaw. In truth, however, he is something much more... No, I read this one too. Yeah, I read this one too, I'm pretty sure. I'll read it anyway. Why not? In truth, however, he is something much more. Not only the firstborn of the Archduke of Rosaria, but also the dominant of Ifrit, with the ability to absorb the powers of other icons. In the 5 years since the fall of Drake's head and the death of his mentor, he and Jill have strived to continue Sid's legacy. The light of Ramu forever in his heart. After Sid fell and his hideaway was reduced to rubble at the hands of Hugo Kupka, Clive took on both his predecessor's name and role, becoming the second Sid the Outlaw, and leader of the re-established resistance. Together with the other survivors and their new recruits, he continues Sid's mission to emancipate bearers and rid the realm of mother crystals. We read that one. Mysterious hooded man who many believe to be a dominant of fire. He is never seen outside the company of his faithful attendant. After being captured by Benedicta's intelligencers and imprisoned in Karen Orvin, he slipped free from his bonds and escaped to Phoenix Gate. Dominant of the Phoenix and former heir to the ducal throne, Joshua was thought to have died at the hands of the second Icon of Fire during the disaster at Phoenix Gate. However, he is very much alive, traveling the realm even now, his true identity hidden by a heavy cowl and an assumed name, that of Lord Margrace. Dominant of the Phoenix and former heir to the ducal throne, Joshua was thought to have died at the hands of the second Icon of Fire. However, he somehow survived, appearing before his brother once more some 13 years later in the inner sanctum of Drake's Head, and saving Clive from Ultima's advances by calling upon the power of the Phoenix to seal the being within himself. I don't think we did the 5 years on for her. After Clive and Sid spirited her away from the battlefield where she was being forced to fight for the Iron Blood, Jill was placed in the care of the Hideaway's talented physiker Tarja, who nursed her back to health. 5 years have now passed since the fall of Drake's Head, and she and Clive continued Sid's mission to emancipate bearers and rid the realm of Mother Crystals. Dominant of Shiva and trusted confidant of Clive, leader of the new Hideaway. Together they continue Sid's mission to emancipate bearers and rid the realm of Mother Crystals. So they just added a new... So they're just kind of beginning a new section for her, basically. We did do that one. The Torgal Age. I guess you can see a bit more white in his neck area. Clive's faithful friend. He is fiercely protective of him and his allies, loath as he is to lose his best friend again, and never strays far from Clive's side. Putting the hunting skills Sid taught him to use in fending off foes and picking up trails. I believe we did read this one. Leader of the Hideaway and dominant of Ramu, Warden of Thunder. His plan to create a world where bearers and dominants could die on their own terms meant destroying the Mother Crystals. An act of blasphemy that would see him forever denounced as an outlaw. It was during their mission to fellow Drake's Head in 873 that Sidolphus Talamon lost his life to a beast from the beyond, passing the title of Sid the Outlaw onto his protege, Clive. I don't think we read Revenge Extracted. Kupka's awakening as the dominant of the Icon Titan thrust him to the forefront of Dhalmekian politics, winning him influence over both the Republic's armies and its policymaking, as well as a personal fortune. His greatest treasure, however, was always Benedict de Harmon, so when a servant of Waloed informed him that his love had been slain by Sid, his fury toward the outlaw and his allies knew no bounds. Permanent economic advisor to the Dhalmekian Parliament and dominant of Titan. He has little love for his country, taking advantage of his position to benefit himself and himself alone. After learning that Sid the Outlaw, the man who slew the love of his life, Benedict de Harmon, still lives, he tasks his personal guard with capturing and torturing bearers in order to draw out his nemesis and take his revenge. I like how Kupka's kind of become the main baddie, in a way. Lord Commander of the Kingdom of Waloed's armies, he accompanied his liege to Fort Zernitra in the Republic of Dhalmekia to negotiate the provision of reinforcements from the Royal Order of Knights. I don't think I've read anything of Barnabas, so I think we'll kind of start from the beginning on most of these. The aloof and unshakable Barnabas Thalmer, first of his name, few can meet his steely gaze without flinching. King of Waloed and dominant of Odin, the Warden of Darkness. At the Battle of Belinus Tor, he not only took personal command of the royal army, but rode into the fray himself, galloping through the air atop his six-legged steed, and goading Bahamut into a duel that shook the skies. Chief Steward of Sid's Hideaway, who manages the day-to-day running of their operation in his friend's stead. Sid often being taken far and away from his bearer-liberating activities. Even when Sid is at home, he prefers to leave such busy work to Otto, much to the hard-pressed purser's indignation. I say, I like how we have a flag now for the Hideaway, right? Like we didn't before, now we do. So I guess we've kind of become a nation among ourselves. Chief Steward of Clive's Hideaway, Otto continues to serve the same role he did under Sid, being the primary person in charge of all monies and information coming into and going out of the Hideaway. Sid's faithful scout, who puts his legendary nose to work in tracking the movements of slavers, soldiers, and any other objects of interest to the Hideaway. The ever agreeable fellow, only too gladly delving behind enemy lines if he can get a good story or two out of it. Sid's faithful scout. The ever agreeable fellow volunteered to follow after the dominant that Clive had long been hunting, only to find himself being hunted in turn by the Imperials. As luck would have it, Clive's arrived in the nick of time to save his life, forging an unbreakable bond between them. Sid's faithful scout, now one of Clive's closest and most trusted allies. He continues to put his legendary nose to work in service of the Hideaway. The information he brings back from his expeditions proving invaluable for the Cursebreakers and their efforts to save bearers from servitude. Though he lost an eye during Hugo Kupka's attack on the old Hideaway, his scouting senses remain undimmed. She even changed clothes too, I didn't even notice that. Resident physiker of Sid's Hideaway, Tarja is an expert in all manner of medicines and medical interventions, skills that are indispensable in their Deadland home, where they cannot call on healing magics. After Sid brings an unconscious Jill back to the Hideaway from his expedition to the Nysa Defile, she is placed in Tarja's care. Resident physiker of Clive's Hideaway and trusted ally of the cause, branded as a bearer from birth and forced to serve as a battlefield healer. Tarja put her surgical training to use in removing her own brand, a procedure she has since perfected and offers to any other escaped slave. Okay, so she didn't have it here, so she did do it a long time ago. One of Sid's most trusted allies, a merchant who calls the Hideaway her home. With a little help from her hard-working yet long-suffering apprentice, Goats, is he alive? I don't think we've seen him yet, have we? Oh, I hope he's alive. She can source whatever supplies the residents of the Hideaway need, provided they are willing to pay. She wears a glass eye in her right socket. One of Sid's most trusted allies. After Sid's Hideaway was laid to waste by Hugo Kupka and his minions, she and her hard-working yet long-suffering apprentice Goats followed Clive, so he's alive, to the new Hideaway in Binumir, where they serve him in the same capacity they served his predecessor, sourcing whatever supplies her fellow residents are in need of. Now he's the apprentice smith now. Oh, okay, so we did see him. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can see him again. I'm kind of curious. One of Sid's trusted allies, a gentle giant who has a warm word for everyone. Apprentice to Cherion, an ally of the Hideaway, a gentle giant who has a warm word for everyone, but is not afraid to put his foot down in the face of injustice. Goats' every waking moment is spent in service to his Nan, and he can do little of his own accord without her express permission. Apprentice to Cherion, and ally of the Hideaway. After Sid's Hideaway was reduced to rubble at the hands of Hugo Kupka, he followed his Nan and joining Clive at their new home on the lake. He has a keen interest in smithing and spends what little spare time he is granted heating and hammering metal, just as Blackthorn showed him. He hasn't changed, though. Resident blacksmith of Sid's Hideaway, a sullen and secretive sort who prefers to drown his woes in drink than to share them. Resident blacksmith of Clive's Hideaway, where he keeps the new Sid the Outlaw and his allies well outfitted with arms and armor. Though he's usually a sullen and secretive sort, his knowledge he is happy to share with Goats, who has long been eager to learn the art of smithing. Yeah, we have a lot to read. It's not bad, though. Like, it's still all good. It's just a lot to read. So I guess we'll save the rest for after. But we're getting there. We have this whole thing done. And we did do some of these already. So we don't have much to do.
Learn everything you needed?
But we will read more later. But I want to take a look at our boy Goats, because he should be over this way somewhere. Oh no, he's right here. See, I thought this was him for a moment. But I guess he's just chilling right there. Open world map. Local map. We need to go to Crooked Nash's Pier. Probably gonna have a very respectful moment for the dead.
We're best off staying where we are for
Yeah, not that way. Gotta go this way. Yeah, this has been quite the game.
Oi, look sharp.
See, I want to save some of what I want to say for like when the game's over, but I don't know. It's very interesting. Like I said, I really, really like it. I've said this like every time I've streamed it. I think that I really, really like the game. It does feel like a strange Final Fantasy. Not in the sense that it's like, you know, a bad Final Fantasy. It's just very different. It's kind of like how when you go from a classic Resident Evil to Resident Evil 4, right? How like it is the... Oh, look, it's one of these things. An argument. Where, you know... Rank C. It has a bounty? Is this the bounty board? This is from FF14. This right here, this is from FF14. That's taken directly from it with the marks and everything. Okay, that's cool. Like even the rank stuff, that's cool. That's really cool. Man, I love how they're bringing so much in from 14. It's so cool. I don't know, it's just really neat. But yeah, it's kind of like going from a classic RE4 to a modern, like, or from classic Resident Evil to a modern game. A modern Resident Evil game. It's still good, but it's different, you know? Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items.
The thing has spotted us, Torgal. What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Oh, it's dooming me.
Nice try.
Oh. Ow. You can teleport as much as you want, my dude. I ain't gonna help you. Judgment bolt him. Holy crap, that's a lot. That was a lot of damage. Okay, admittedly, I need to get used to the fact that I have. Am I doomed? Oh shit! What do you do to me? That would have been bad. Okay, that was a cool dodge by me though. I'll give myself some credit. Quagga. Okay, you're comboing me good. I'll give you that. Okay, good, good. Let's beat him up. Mostly just wanted to do that to get my health back. Okay, okay, that's him dooming me. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna high potion it. Just for safety, Nice try.
over.
Okay, that was a cool way to end it. Notorious mark slain. So now do I gotta look around to find these? 'Cause I want the marks.
You didn't see that coming.
I get it. Rest in peace, Ariman. Now I'm guessing the bounty board is probably going to be open after this. Because I assume it's going to tell you roughly where it probably is, and you might have to go find it. Farewell, slain bearers.
The waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
Hey, Jill.
What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
So what does renown give you? So renown must be that thing then that we saw. Like that thing with the star, that other currency that I've been curious about. So if that's renown, yeah, I wonder how you'll spend it. I'm intrigued. See, I see a system like that, and my mind immediately goes to like Fable 2, right? And Fable, because I think there, if I remember correctly, I think there is a very similar system in Fable and Fable 2. We have like renown that you can spend on stuff, I think.
Thank you, Founder.
Which I do want to play on the channel one day. I would love to play through Fable 1 and 2. And 3. I own 3 now, actually, which I've never owned before. I've not owned Fable 3 until somewhat recently. Found it really cheap. And Megan was like, "Oh, do you own Fable 3?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And she's like, "Here you go." And I was like, I mean, for $10, I don't know, I guess I can't really go wrong.
What in the world is going on? No one survived then?
Oh, just you.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
Yeah, it wouldn't be her fault.
I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The
What
rumors
warnings?
started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire.
Yeah, exactly. You'd think it was just rumor.
A ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times, you would have been right. What these black shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones.
Time to arm the bearers against the Imperials.
And threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Oh, nice.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
It should be easy enough. Oh, we're almost at next level. We're close. Black blood. Sell that. New quest available nearby.
Those poor souls died to give me a chance to save others. I won't let their sacrifice be in vain.
What's this? I mean, this is probably the quest, but I don't think I've seen a plus sign before.
Try not to move.
What's your deal?
You there! Don't just pass me by. You handy with that sword of yours?
Very.
Of course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? Because a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones?
I know what a chocobo is, Rowan.
Not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock.
Whiteheart.
Bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true.
Huh.
Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
I mean, yeah, I will help the chocobos.
All right.
I've killed enough.
There's a good lad.
May as well repay the favor a bit.
Find these chocobos.
Repay the favor.
Across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Now, first off, I just want to say that the way I should have worded it is I can use this as a way to apologize for my actions with slaying Chocobo. But I also have to wonder if Whiteheart might be Ambrosia. You know, Clive's old Chocobo. I feel like it probably is.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
Hey, Bass, with the posture check and the hydrate. Always appreciated. In fact, I'll take care of that right now. Oh, yeah. I can even take this moment to adjust my back pillow. Ah, perfect. Have ourselves a good sip. Looks like it might be raining outside. At least I think I see some droplets on some stuff. Dogs ain't gonna like that when I let them out later. Ah, the white feather. It has to be Ambrosia, right?
White feather.
That's big. I guess it makes sense.
I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
It has to be Ambrosia. It's interesting that they put her in a quest, assuming I'm correct.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
That's very true. Here we go. Maybe that isn't Ambrosia.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
I'm Clive, Chocobo Liberator.
Hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
We can try.
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Let's see what this does. I mean, that does get my limit break gauge up really high, really quickly. New enemies approach, you say? Harrier hounds.
You're finished.
Howdy, Huntsman. Give me the old Judgment Bolt. Beat him up real good too. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There we go. That's the damage I like to see. Guy, I did it a bit too soon.
I'm hurt, Torgo.
Too slow. Oh, come on.
Get him.
All right. I'd rather not die. Just get some of my health back as well. I was just about to prime too. Level up. Ah, we're close. We're close. Maybe it is ambrosia. Does have the eye mark.
You're safe now. White heart, I presume.
Bark.
Do you know her, boy?
It is ambrosia.
That scar.
I don't think they do it in the side quest. That's really interesting.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
That's good. I figured she probably would. And she's started taking care of the wild chocobos, huh?
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Not a very big flock, but I mean, it's enough.
And not only that,
I guess the chocobo flock might only be like a few big.
I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself.
Hey, thank you.
Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well...
Nah, just, you know, Princess Arya and all, you know.
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bother me if this ain't a heartwarming...
So this is where I get a chocobo.
The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
How do I get the saddle? Chocobo saddle? Chocobo saddle. There we go. Ah, and with a cool eye patch too. I mean, her eye isn't like ruined. It just has a scar.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now.
Oh, the other ones have mounts too, or saddles too.
You seem
I guess they're all gonna come.
Now I get a proper look at you.
Ah, you don't know who I am.
That's it. When those chocobos swarm my
See, I thought
farm,
it was
you
him.
didn't
I
you?
thought it was him.
No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
That was only a side quest, wasn't it? Which means... I think it was only a side quest.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Which means I wonder if that's different. That if you, like, don't do the quest, I wonder if the dialogue changes. I bet it would. See, I was actually just thinking about that this session too, that the areas are starting to get really large, which makes me think, you know, it's going to take a while to get through each zone. But if I get a chocobo, then obviously it's much better. Ambrosia's tack. Got curiosity. A bespoke saddle, blinders, worn by Clive's childhood chocobo, Ambrosia. Ambrosia. Displayed in Clive's chambers. Nice. Chocobo unlocked. Yes. Teach me how to ride. Thank you. After 18 long years, Clive is finally reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia, and X to mount the chocobo. Wait, you gotta hold it for the chocobo. There you go. Nice. So this reins in. And this gallops. Okay, Jill is on a chocobo. I was hoping Torgal would be too. I was hoping Torgal would be on a chocobo. Yeah, so this will allow us to get through really quickly. On, you can attack. I mean, not much, mind you. So if I were to dismount, then...
Thanks, Gal.
Is she then, like, gone? Or do I gotta summon her again? I'm guessing I would need to summon her again. Yeah, I don't see her back here. Okay, so we gotta... That's nice. That's really nice, though. That's a good reward for a side quest. Because that's like a side quest reward. That's only something you get if you kind of care about doing that stuff.
Where's Gav?
Gav should be
New
back by
missive.
now.
I hear there's trouble.
Let's go have a look back at my chambers then, since I got some stuff.
Think it's all right to touch him?
Wait, touch who? Ah, Torgal. Yeah, you can touch Torgal. He's a lovely doggo. A bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together it feels as though we must suffer another step apart. I'm gladdened to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, we find she has spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Ah, let's hear the tech. A saddle and blinders crafted specifically. Is it blinder? Crafted specifically for Clive's childhood chocobo, Ambrosia. Even after being separated from her master, the noble steed served the people of Rosaria in his stead, protecting the defenseless from the merciless, just as a good shield should. Nice. Got new stuff here too. I feel like that's gonna update pretty much every time though. But we'll go and we'll have ourselves a look, why don't we? And then, yeah, we'll continue the story for a bit longer, and then we'll probably end it by having a look at more of the lore, so we can hopefully get caught up on that.
My lectures. Allow me to educate you. Of course.
Yeah, so where are we at now? Where's Ambrosia? Where's Ambrosia on this list? Oh, there she is. The medicine girl. Don't know if I know that one yet. Situation map.
Study it well, Clive.
March of the Black Shields. Yeah, so they're just going and pillaging, huh? So they're go. So if this map is anything to go by, they're going towards Eastpool for some reason.
The state of the realm is ever changing, Clive.
Interesting. Interesting. Yo, Gav.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
Who's this? Oh, holy shit.
Cool. You remember how quick the Empire was to
That's
occupy the
huge.
Dominion after the fall of Drake's Head?
I do.
And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
I do, yeah.
Half a century of independence.
Ah, it's not the
gone
missing
at the
girl.
whim of a
It's her, yeah.
madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
All right.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
It is Arthur. Okay, I was right.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor.
Yeah, it is a world in chaos right now, huh?
They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
This is probably the best time to do it. Now we've got the pieces here.
Remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate.
That's true.
If there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his tracks.
Why is there just a piece of wood? Why is there one that just looks like a log?
Place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
I don't think I've heard about his uncle yet.
Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
Yeah, see?
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for? Eh? Huh?
Eh? Huh? So time to take out another mother crystal, eh? Okay, it's trying to subtly tell me that the board's probably available. Otto's counter is now open, yeah. Cool, cool. New facilities. Following hideaway facilities are available: the Alliant reports, the Patient's Whisper, and the Hunt board. All three are located near Otto and the mess. Alright, cool. Very cool.